All right. So this was interesting. All right. So I'll be honest with you guys. I heard the song several hours before that. I mean, I enjoyed it, but that was a whole new level. I mean, it was a completely. It was. I knew that Bruce Dickinson is going to go for something extraordinary and special whenever he comes back, right? I mean, it's been way too long for him to simply release a new album and just be all regular, Bruce Dickinson. I mean, he had to do something extraordinary, and it looks like he actually did do that, right? I mean, talking about the song itself, well, I liked it. I honestly did. It's not one of those, you know, immediate bangers that you love right away. I feel like it is one of those songs that will grow on you. And what is most importantly, it is definitely one of those songs which you kind of will have to listen within within the album, right? I mean, the lyric wise, it's kind of hard to understand what it's even about, right? I mean, the general themes are of course understandable, but still, it is. But it's still, you know, you kind of have to wait and hear the entire record. I feel like in order to fully understand it, in order to fully enjoy it, and in order to fully grasp what it is actually about. Um, I really like the intro. The intro was one of my favorite parts, actually. I really like that, riff based heavy metal, which Bruce Dickinson is bringing together. Actually, not like that, which Roy Z is bringing uh, into the world together with Bruce Dickinson, right? I mean, this is much more riff based than pretty much anything Iron Maiden have ever done. I mean, except for ironically if Eternity should fail, of course. But I love Roy Z's collaborations with Bruce Dickinson, always have, and this is yet another one that proves that it's going to be an interesting album. I mean, an interesting one. It's definitely a right word, I feel like, to describe it, right? um it is very much in a vein of this classic Bruce Dickinson solo work. It almost feels like, and this is a weird thing, for me, for example, it almost felt like that long break in between Bruce's solo work never happened. I mean, honestly, it felt like it was just a couple of years ago that he released his latest studio album. It really very much feels like a natural continuation music-wise, um, but it's at the same time it's very down-tuned. I'll have to give it a couple more listens in order to see what I feel about about the uh, about how Bruce's voice is fits together with the drop. I think it's drop D tuning, right? The song itself, I believe, is in B minor. I think so. I mean, if my ears are not completely deaf, I think it is in B minor. Uh, and overall, Bruce sounds great, of course, but it's there's a little bit of this contrast between the guitar work and Bruce's vocals, and I like it. I like it. I feel like it's gonna get a little bit more getting used to than usual Iron Maiden stuff, right? Because in Iron Maiden it's a little bit more straightforward. We kind of know what we're expecting. Steve Harris is putting everyone is in very kind of strict guidelines, and the boys know exactly. All of the boys know exactly what they have to do and how they have to do it. Um, right? I'm gonna turn on the lights. I mean, guys, should I turn on the lights? Do you see me well, or am I all fuzzy? If I'm all fuzzy, just let me know, please. I'll turn on more light. This is my regular setting for when I'm recording videos for you guys. See, like regular. But let me know. If the image is fuzzy, I'll fix it. But yeah, that being said, I very much looking forward uh, to seeing it in the context of the entire album. I feel like this song in particular will open up in a completely different manner once we hear the entire album, once we know more about the story, right? So we have two different bits right now, right? We have If Eternity Should Fail, which we all knew for quite some time now. Which, by the way, tomorrow the demo version of it will be, I guess, released into public. I heard it already. It's interesting. It's kind of weird to hear one of your without your with, without the Steve Harris touch to it, right? But it's cool. Um, it's so weird hearing MP without cuts to the Maiden documentary since Final Tap. Yes, honestly, it's very weird for me to even talk about this right now. But by the way, guys, I never do live streams. For those who are new to the channel, I never ever freaking do live streams. This is like one of the very first ones I ever did. So I don't know. Let me know if you guys like it. I'll do it once in a while, right? In addition to our regular episodes, when we like dive deep into nerdiness, heavy metal nerdness. But that means, yeah, once again, I'm really looking forward to hearing the entire album and seeing how the story fits into it, right? We have the story if Eternity Should Fail. We kind of knew a little bit about the Necropolis story, right? Just a tiny little bit before that, when Iron Maiden released an If Eternity Should Fail. Now we have the original If Eternity Should Fail, which will be released tomorrow, which is very interesting for those who haven't heard it yet. And now we have Afterglow of Ragnarok as well. So I'm still trying to tie the whole story together. But music wise, I really enjoyed it. I don't mind the whole fact that there was no solo, like a proper, long solo. I very much admire Roy Z's work. I always have, and I always will. Right? I think so. The thing is, I mean, the stuff Roy Z did with Bruce Dickinson and with Rob Halford is some of the best stuff which came out in the 90s and early 2000s. Honestly, um, it's literally one of the best stuff. So I'm really excited to see what else he's got there. And regarding no solo, I don't mind that at all. Okay, let's read some comments and try to answer them together. Once again, guys, before I continue, this is very important. Tomorrow, of course, I'll release a proper review, a proper reaction on the main channel, regular ones with all the little cuts of Steve Harris from Iron Maiden documentary and Spinal Tap, just like you like it, of course. But today we're just discussing a little bit, and we're not going to go for too long, just 10 more minutes or something like that, and then we'll go to sleep because it's freaking late here, and I'm sure same thing. So who was Necropolis in the video? The black burned dude with the cape and the red eyes? Well, I think so. The way I saw it, it was that dude. No idea what the story meant. I only saw it once together with you guys. But yeah, I feel like that guy was Necropolis. I mean, because he definitely looks like a bad guy who's searching for the innocent souls, and stuff like that. So yeah, for me, it looks like it looks like he was Necropolis. It didn't need solo. I agree. I actually agree. The thing is also, and weirdly enough, on the channel, we usually never talk about the musical composition of records. But I don't think that I ever played guitar on the channel. I don't think so, right? I don't think that I ever played any of my guitars or piano on the channel. Although I went to music school, so I can play a little bit. But I feel like with this set and with the drop D set and with the B minor scale that is doing here, and with the contrast it has with the vocals, it really didn't need a solo. Do you know why? Because Bruce's vocals here were very much in contrast with the guitar work, and with the bass line and the rhythm section as well. So he was pretty much with his voice, he was doing the same thing which a solo is usually supposed to do in a song. So I kind of very much agree that this song didn't really need a long overdue solo. All right. Perfect. Live stream settings are fine. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm sorry about the first time. I don't know what I was thinking. Should do a live stream interview with Iron Maiden and ask Steve why Up the Irons didn't sound as meaty as Bruce Stella stuff. Well, since there are 101 of us here, so not that many, and I'm allowed to share them. But I really hope that I'll invite Bruce to speak about the channel, about the Mandrake project on the channel very, very soon. So look out for this one. We had that will mean that we had all Iron Maiden vocalists, on the channel at one time or another, because we had Blaze Bailey, we had Paul Diana after that, and the same thing with Judas Priest. Actually, we had Rob Halford, we had Tim Owens, and I should invite the what's his name, Al Atkins as well. But Bruce hopefully will be on the channel soon, so we'll be able to ask him ourselves. All right. Hey MP, do you think this is the revoked version of If Eternity Should Fail Bruce spoke about? Would certainly make sense when they put the demo as a B-side, if so. Now, I think no. I think that the revoked version of If Eternity Should Fail. So for those who don't know, I'll dive a little bit deeper into it. Of course, Iron Maiden released If Eternity Should Fail on, as an Iron Maiden song, but it was originally written by Bruce Dickinson and Roy Z for this album. So now Bruce Dickinson has released the demo version of If Eternity Should Fail as envisioned by him and Roy Z originally. It is very rocky. It has a little bit more of this hard rock sound to it. I heard it already. But I like it. It's very weird to hear one of your favorite songs without this Steve Harris touch. But it's a cool one. For those of you who haven't heard it yet, you will hear it tomorrow, most likely. But no, in addition to that, Bruce Dickinson will rewrite. He actually rewrote already If Eternity Should Fail, as he originally envisioned. I think due to legal reasons with Iron Maiden, of course. And he will release this song on the Mandrake Project as a standalone, right? One more song. So the Afterglow of Ragnarok, as I see it, is not the revoked version of If Eternity Should Fail. There will be another song which was which will be based on what If Eternity Should Fail was originally. But that definitely is going to be one of the highlights of the new album for me personally. I'm really excited to hear it. Actually, all right. Let's read more comments. Incarnation of Addy. I think Maiden version If Eternity Should Fail like to think that Necropolis was an incarnation of Addy. That's interesting. Yes, that's a cool one. By the way, thinking that it was an incarnation of Eddie. I never thought of it this way. I saw it as a standalone character, and I knew the story that it was actually based on Bruce Dickinson's solo project story. So I never really thought about it this way. But this is a really cool thing. By the way, guys, I know no promise and everything, but talking about Addies and stuff like that. Check out this T-shirt, and I'm so thankful to all of you guys who pre-ordered one already. I shipped out like gazillion of them today, so that they will come in time for Christmas for all of you guys. But if you guys want any of these and support the channel in such way, just go to metalpilgrim.net and order yours. I'll be more than happy to send you one. And of course, they're inspired by some of our favorite mascots. Obviously, Grinch, Eddie, Snaggletooth here, the British Steel and Painkiller stuff hidden there as well. So it's a pretty cool one. All right, let's answer some more questions. Let's see what else is there. What do you think of the album Nostradamus by Judas Priest? Well, this video is not about Judas Priest, but I think it's a cool album. I think it was misunderstood. I actually liked it. Skull from Sweden for a heavy song, an art piece from a dear hero. All right, let's answer some questions if there are any. Greetings from the UK. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, guys. Honestly, your support means the world to me. I will say that, and this is actually true. I think Necropolis is the human chap. He's listed as Craig Russell at the end, and he looks very similar. That's a good one. The human chap is Necropolis. So that means that something will happen to him, right? And something did happen to him here as he was searching for the Mandrake Project, for the truth about the Mandrake Project, most likely. Something will happen to him and he will turn out to be a bad guy. That's an interesting one. That, that could be it. That's actually interesting. Reverence for William Blake, experimentation, and this curious mix of occultism and science fiction have been his trademark since the Chemical Wedding. Yes, of course, definitely. William Blake. When I saw that quote in the beginning, I was like, this is awesome. Kind of knew he would do that. Really expected him to do that, actually. Oh, I can make it bigger so I can see that. Do you think Bruce will revisit lyrical themes from his previous albums? Well, I don't think that he will recycle them in any way or another, but Bruce, in a couple of his spoken word, tours and everything, he actually specifically spoke about how this will be very much of a legacy project. I think Bruce Dickinson sees this as a potential last album, solo album for him, possibly. So maybe he will reference it in one way or another, especially since there are some occultic themes which can, be integrated into the Mandrake project. So I think definitely is a possibility. That's an interesting one. I'll write it down and research it a little bit more, what I think about it. I got into heavy metal because of Warhammer. So basically, I got into heavy metal because of paint and miniatures. Awesome. This is awesome, guys. Did anyone expect him to do another solo album almost 20 years after the last one? Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I thought that Bruce Dickinson was done with solo projects. Honestly, but this is a great surprise, and I mean, it wasn't really a surprise, right? But I always thought that he would never even finish this solo album. And which one do you thought were better, the demo of If Eternity Should Fail or Iron Maiden versions? Okay, I'm gonna spoil a little bit for those who haven't heard it yet. But the demo of If Eternity Should Fail is raw. It is very, very raw. I mean, it lacks production, of course. And Steve Harris turned it into a great song. But weirdly enough, the mid section in the demo version is absolutely amazing. And I wish Steve would have kept it the way it was originally. What is that? The way it was originally written and envisioned by Bruce Dickinson and Roy Z. Um, I mean, I think it's great on its own. Honestly, I think both of them have a right to live and exist and coexist in a way. Um, as a final product, Iron Maiden version, of course, is a much more mature version. In terms of a concept and the way it could have been, produced and everything, well, I'm really excited. I'll answer it like this. I'm really, really excited to hear the revoked version of If Eternity Should Fail, which Bruce Dickinson will put up on the Mandrake Project. I think this is gonna be awesome. All right. Bruce said the finalized version will be on the record, though. Yes, it will be, but it will not be under the name If Eternity Should Fail. It will be a slightly different version, and most likely it will be reworked, right? And it will be a new song in a way. I want to listen to If Eternity Should Fail demo. You'll hear it tomorrow, I'm sure. Definitely. What's the Insta tag? Delia Brown. Okay, I don't know what's that. What are you guys talking about? So not like the Lifehouse demos by the Who, which sound like fully developed songs. No, the If Eternity Should Fail is a fully developed song, right? The demo itself is pretty much a fully developed song. It's just very raw. I mean, honestly, it lacks production. It lacks mixing and stuff like that. But it's you can listen to it and enjoy it actually. And just keep the nice metal and especially media related journalism going. Thank you so much. Thank you. It'll be great to hear what Steve first heard. Yes, it is awesome. If It Should Fail is better than Afterglow of Ragnarok. Well, they're very, very different. They're very, very different in a way. Bruce's last solo work was Broken and Silver Wings on his best of compilation. But what I want to know is which is your favorite from the two of them? Oh, shit, that's a hard question. Honestly, don't know. Let's go back a little bit to the Afterglow of Ragnarok. Once again, guys, this does not mean that I'm not going to release a proper video tomorrow. A proper video tomorrow, I'm going to do my research, I'm going to write it out, and I'm going to release a regular, very, very nerdy video on both the music of Afterglow of Ragnarok and, of course, the video itself and how they coexist and what I thought about them. So the proper video is coming up tomorrow. But for now, let's continue discussing the song, the premiere that we just saw. So um, regarding the video, okay, I like the storyline. I'll be honest with you, I didn't understand all of it. I'm really, I mean, the CGI is interesting. It's in parts it's funny, but I think it might have been made on purpose. Like it might have been made so kind of on purpose, right? I mean, Bruce didn't want to go into full production and just hire, professional actors and and make it all crazy expensive and make it kind of comic book style. Like, I feel like this is what it is, right? I mean, this is what it was. The concept itself, well, it's interesting, right? I mean, this is the story, and very much, very much relates to what we knew about Necropolis from before, right? From when If Eternity Should Fail was released on, with Iron Maiden. So I'm really excited, but as of right now, the story is very, very limited. We just got a little bit of it, and it's really hard to understand what it is actually about, how it's going to unfold, and stuff like that. Those people who saw the cartoon, the whatchamacallit, how do you call this then? Uh, the comic book. Those people who saw and read the comic book already, I guess they they kind of understand a little bit more of a story, but still it is still a prequel, right? It's not a story itself. So that being said, if the human if it is the future Necropolis, this actually makes a lot of sense. Then the Afterglow of Ragnarok is pretty much a prequel to what will actually happen on the album, and we will get to see the actual story when the full album will be released, or it will be unfolded it will be unfolded as as Bruce Dickinson is releasing more and more tracks from the upcoming record. I think it's awesome. I think it's going to be really exciting. Okay, let's read more. Let's read more questions. The video kind of reminds me of Gila Monster and King Gizzard of the Lizard Wizard. Yes, just like Maiden going deep and making you listen more than once and forget it. Well, now I think this song, once again, as I already mentioned, I think this song is definitely a grower. It is definitely one of those songs that you heard once. It is. It kind of catches you. It catches your attention in a way, but it doesn't immediately hook you, right? The chorus, of course, is very catchy in a way, right? Just because it is very repetitive, it is very simple, and what is most importantly, it is written specifically to be played live. I mean, I can just hear thousands of people chanting "Afterglow of Ragnarok." I mean, I hope I'll be one of them next year. So that being said, guys, please continue supporting Ukraine so that I can go and see Bruce Dickinson, of course, live. But despite that chorus and a very catchy riff in the beginning, which kind of follows you throughout the entire track, the song doesn't really hook you immediately. It's one of those songs that you have to listen several times. But what is most importantly, you have to hear, I feel like, within the album itself, right? Mm, within the context of the entire record. And I feel like that's when it will open up in a completely new manner, right? For us, I really love the riff, right? It's simple, it is very catchy, and it is it is pretty much exactly what you want to hear from Bruce Dickinson, right? As I mentioned already, Bruce Dickinson was always much more riff-based, musician than he was with Iron Maiden, right? Just because of Roy Z, and this is the same thing, which happened with the Rob Halford and his solo project. When he worked with Roy Z, it was much more riff based than anything he did together with Judas Priest, right? Because then there were two guitars, the dueling guitars and stuff like that. So I really liked Roy Z's work on this track. I think he gave us exactly enough to be excited, to like it very much, but it was not overloaded with amazing guitar, right? I mean, everyone knows that Roy Z, of course, is an amazing guitarist and he can shred the shit. I mean, he can shred the shit out of me, I'm sure. I mean, like much better than me and anybody I know personally, right? But I mean, he didn't want to interfere with Bruce's vocals. He didn't want to interfere with storyline, and that's what I absolutely loved about it. What about that growling from Bruce at the end? I think it was really cool. Yes, in the demo, in the teaser, I was actually wondering um, whether it was Bruce or not. Um, but no, no, definitely it's Bruce, right? It's Bruce with a couple of effects. His voice is digitally lowered, but it's cool. I hope Bruce invites Metal Pilgrim up on stage for a selfie. Well, man, I hope that too. That would be awesome. Thank you. The video reminded me of the Lost in Line by Ron James Dio, and yes, actually, there are some similarities there. Are there any collabs on this album? Not that I know of, but I still have a feeling that we will see or hear Adrian Smith on the Mandrake Project. For some weird reason, honestly. It also sounds much better on Spotify than YouTube. It always sounds better on streaming platform, audio streaming platforms than on video streaming platform. Even if you go on YouTube Music and you select the same song with high quality, it will give you much better quality than YouTube itself. Um, this hooked me on first listen. Do you believe this could be the best album? So I'm gonna have a confession with you guys. I love Bruce's solo work. I love it absolutely. I very much enjoyed, but I don't think that he had a perfect album. The album which I personally could listen from the start till the finish and say this is a fucking masterpiece. No, I don't think that he had one yet. Um, and I'm very much looking forward to hearing this one in its entirety because I mean he had some time to work on it, obviously, right? So I'm sure it's actually going to be much stronger than anything Bruce did before. And what is most importantly, music-wise and riff-wise, Roy Z had much more time to work on it. So I think that there is a possibility that this one will finally be it, right? I mean, that this will be Bruce's possibly a final door slam, right, for his solo work. But in the end, the best, pretty much the best album he did. So I think Afterglow of Ragnarok was good, but it feels a bit out of place, if that makes sense. Remind me a bit of the singles from Senjutsu. By themselves, they were okay, but better in an album. That's exactly what I'm saying. This is exactly what I feel like. I feel like Afterglow of Ragnarok is definitely one of those songs that you have to hear within the album. I agree, Bruce has moments of brilliance in albums, but never has that perfect album. That's the thing. I honestly think so. By the way, I'm gonna say something, and you can throw tomatoes at me right now and stones. But unlike one album by Rob Halford, I think Resurrection is Rob Halford's perfect album from start to finish. Sorry, I'm just I'll let it out there. Do you believe this could be yes between Accident of Birth and Chemical Wedding for me? Yeah, both are great. Do you have an opinion on the occult imagery? He did produce a movie about Crowley, and Accident of Birth seems to have those themes. I think he's a member of the OTO. I honestly don't think that he's a member. I think he just reads a lot of literature. Honestly, I think he reads a lot of. I have quite a lot of books myself here. I think he just reads a lot of those, and he enjoys it, and he enjoys the imagery, right? I mean, just remember about Number of the Beast, right? The album itself, Number of the Beast. It is a storytelling piece, right? And the song itself is a storytelling piece. I mean, I don't know, some of you might know, might not. I'm actually a Christian. Like I go to church, and I have no problems with Number of the Beast. And I have no problems with this whatsoever, right? So I don't think that he's a part of some occult cult or something like that. I don't think he's a mason or something like that. I think he just likes the imagery and he enjoys it a lot. This is just my opinion. Is the If Eternity Should Fail demo still coming out tomorrow? I think so. I heard it already. As I said, it's great. Spoke about it a little bit earlier before. Accident Birth was a masterpiece. I still listen to it start to finish. No, it's a great album. I love it. Accident Birth is an amazing album. There's still some parts in it which, which for me personally do not make it a perfect record. Cult Imagery, and as he's the lead singer of Iron Maiden and everything, do covers from the Occult to Wars. Give it a break. Bruce doesn't have enough free time to be a member. That's a good one. He literally doesn't have enough time, honestly. I think he might release a full movie one day. Yes, I think this is very much a possibility. Um, I think I think there might be a slight chance that even the Mandrake Project one day will turn into a gigantic story. Just like Crimson Idol did, right? I mean, it wasn't made out perfectly by Blackie Lawless back in the day, but I think that Bruce Dickinson can actually pull it off and and work on a movie if he sells it right to some studio. Why not? Accident of Birth is a masterpiece. Awesome set. Thanks. Hi, friend. Do you personally prefer Dickinson's solo career or Halford's? That's a really hard question. Here's the thing. As a whole, I think I prefer Bruce Dickinson's solo career. As a whole. But as a now, if you ask me to choose a perfect album out of you know out of both of those solo careers, Rob Halford's Resurrection beats everything. I mean, it's a freaking masterpiece. Um, have you already heard the demo to If Eternity Should Fail? Yes, yes, I heard it already. It's fun. It's awesome. I mean, rewind later on. I spoke a little bit about it. It's very weird once again to hear If Eternity Should Fail, one of your favorite songs, one of my favorite songs by Iron Maiden. It's very weird to hear it without Steve Harris's touch. It feels almost like, oh my god, like where's Steve? Why didn't he work on this? But it's awesome. I really like it. Where did you hear the If Turn Should Fail demo? I mean, Metal Pilgrim. It got sent to me. One of my favorite things about Iron Maiden, Bruce Dickinson, is the storytelling and imagery. Exactly, and this is why we love this band, right? This is why we love all those little nerdy things. I mean, one second, I'll show you. This is still. All right, everyone knows I love this album, right? This is still one of my favorite albums, and I just remember how much time I spent looking into little details into it, right? I mean, I still do, honestly. So many years later, I still sometimes just grab the record and search for some real little stuff and giggle over nerdy jokes. By the way, sorry guys, once again, a little promo, but this is why I created this T-shirt together with the guy from Ukraine, actually, that has a lot of these nerdy things from Iron Maiden and Judas Priest and Motorhead lore, because I love those bands and stuff like that. So, guys, sorry I'm promoting this, but I just want to make sure that everyone who wants to get one gets it before Christmas. So, if you want to order one of these T-shirts, go to metalpilgrim.net. And get one. I'll be more than happy to send you one this holiday season, and you'll actually get it before Christmas if everything goes well. There are not too many bombings and air raid sirens here. Yeah. Let's. I'm so surprised. It's almost 1 a.m. here. There was no air raid siren still. Hopefully, it's gonna be like this night. All right. Agree on Halford. Yes. Bruce Dickinson, as far as I'm concerned, I prefer Priest over Maiden, but Halford's Made of Metal was so bad that it pulls the whole catalog down, at least for me. I even gave it away. Well, not gonna comment. All right, let's see. I am in love with Trial by Fire, one of my favorite songs of the year. Yes, it's a great song, absolutely. It turns out the IS solo is 356 onwards. There is a solo, right? I mean, there is a solo on the Afterglow of Ragnarok. It is just not as explicit, right? It does not grab too much attention. That's kind of what I liked about it, right? It didn't grab that much of attention. It simply was. It was there. It was part of the imagery. It served the purpose. It underlined it underlined Bruce Dickinson's vocals, right? Because as I said, because of the contrast in vocals with the guitar tuning, and this is actually a really interesting concept because not many bands still do that, right? Not many bands ever did that actually. To downtune and then do the operatic vocals at the same time, right? Because it usually a lot of people think that doesn't go together, but this contrast creates this feeling that you don't really need an extra guitar for it. You don't need a lead guitar line which will take away and do what the vocals don't do in this case, because Bruce Dickinson is doing this with his voice, so you didn't really need to produce a long overstretched solo for this. I think it's cool. Do you know if Adrian Smith will be joining Bruce at any concerts? I have no idea. I don't have any definite info. There were a lot of leaks, right? There were quite respectable sources which confirmed to me and to I know some other Iron Maiden fans that Adrian will be joining Bruce, but well, we didn't hear anything about it yet from the Bruce camp or from the Adrian camp. So as of right now, I honestly don't know what to think. Right? You may have persuaded me to get one of them. Thank you, thank you. That'll be awesome. I'll be more than happy to send you one of those T-shirts or hoodies, whatever you prefer. Saxon, Bruce, and JP 2024 is already safe. Yes, 2024 will be a freaking amazing year for heavy metal. Honestly, Bruce Dickinson solo album, The Mandrake Project. I love the first single. I think it's going to be a hell of a ride, and I think we're in for a real treat, right? I mean, there will be a lot of stories, a lot of little nerdery around it that will have to unfold on the channel, of course. Starting tomorrow, I'll release a proper reaction episode to this video, of course. But in addition to that, we have a Judas Priest album, and everyone knows how much of a Judas Priest fan I am. And we have a Saxon album coming up. This is going to be an amazing year for heavy metal. Honestly, I cannot wait. I just cannot wait. Have you met Derek Riggs? He appears on a lot of conventions. No, unfortunately, guys, I haven't been able to travel for the past 2 years because of the war in Ukraine. So I haven't met him, and I never met him before that. I would have by now already, but because of Russian invasion, I cannot unfortunately do that. So guys, please continue supporting us so this hell on earth is over soon. Would you approve of Bruce doing a Sarajevo and playing in Ukraine? Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it would be great. It would be amazing. It would be absolutely amazing. I hope to invite him on a channel very, very soon to speak about the Mandrake Project. And now we'll pitch the idea to him, maybe, if I see it appropriate, of course. But I would love to welcome Bruce here. I'm still spinning KK's album regularly. Awesome. By the way, guys, a little thing. We are still voting for the best album of 2023 as a community. So if you haven't submitted your vote, go to metalpilgrim.net. That's where you can get those T-shirts and vote for the best album of 2023. And KK's Priest, I think, it's second place right now. I think it just slightly behind Metallica, but Orbit Culture, weirdly enough, is almost there. It's becoming number 3, and it's approaching number 1 very, very soon. What do you think of the audio mix? Well, I'll be honest with you. I heard it in 2 different variations. As I heard it on YouTube together with everyone in the premiere. Sorry, I thought that audio sucks, but it's not because of the mixing or anything like that, but simply because of YouTube's premiere features. They like, it's because of the bandwidth, they really shrink the audio quality. And then I heard it in a proper audio file, and it's much better. You can hear the bass. You can hear the lows pretty well. There is something still strange for me in the mid section, right? So the lows are amazing. Then you have Bruce Dickinson's voice, high up here, and all of that is great. But overall, the mixing is great, good. I have no complaints. with the audio, like actual audio file. If you go to the actual audio file. I'm in love with Burning Wishes. Their new album is good. 72 seasons. Yes, 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 yes. Do we have a track list? Sorry, guys. I'm just skipping a little bit of questions regarding not the Mandrake Project for now, but once again, I never do live streams on the channel. If you guys would want me to, I'd love to tune in once in a while, every month or so, or whenever there is an occasion like this. I'd love to. I'd love to do them. Why not? And if you're, by the way, if you're new to the channel and never been watching any Metal Pilgrim videos about Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, or any of our other favorite bands, please join us and subscribe to the channel. I'll be more than happy to see you guys here. Do we have a track list? No, I don't have the track list yet. Sorry. Hang on, there's a new Saxon album. Yes, yes, a new Saxon album coming out in January, very, very soon. Trujillo's new Chrome Gold Bass is awesome. Yes, yes, yes. But what do you think of Ginger? I don't like Ginger, personally, because I mean their music is great, their stage presence is great. Uh, they're not the nicest people. Sorry, uh, this is just the truth. Saxon are interesting. Yes, release streams would be awesome. Awesome. Yes, let's do the streams whenever there is a huge release, right after it, and then we can work on a proper review. Like we usually do. I should every time there is an occasion like this. Awesome. Guys, I think this is it. I think that we've spoken, covered everything. Thank you so much for joining. Guys, your support means so much to me, honestly. I know that so many of you guys will start leaving right now, but I promise 30 more seconds. Honestly, everything you do for me is just what keeps me going. It's Thank you so much. I'm super excited for Bruce Dickinson's new solo album. I'm super excited for Judas Priest's new album. I'm super excited for Saxon's new album. 2024 is going to be amazing, and well, this is going to be awesome. I'm a huge Bruce Dickinson fan and Iron Maiden. Greens from Georgia, USA. Hey, hi Georgia. This is awesome. Thanks so much for doing this. Great company on a special day. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me. And then once again, if you'd like to rock a t-shirt, check out metalpunk.net. I'll be more than happy to send you one. Especially there are so many nerdy things up the irons here. You notice how a British steel razor blade is holding his lobotomy thing together. Haha. But awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Love you all. Honestly, God bless you. Keep rocking. We'll prevail. Slava Ukraini.